Good evening, beautiful souls. I hope everybody is well out there. I think I'm going to talk about listening to the body again because it's just so important. And even as you're learn to listen to your body, going back or forward and seeing how you felt and if that had anything to do with what was going on, or if it was saying something to you that you couldn't hear at that time because you weren't ready to hear that at that time. Because it really can teach us a lot about what we went through or what we experienced, but also how to heal it, how to learn from it. Yeah, because I think back to lots of different things. And to think there's certain things I completely have a different perspective of now. Because my vision of everything has just completely expanded over the last 6 months or a year or 2 years or yeah, for sure for 2 years, but the last year, the last 6 months, the way I think and react and maneuver is very different from a year ago to 2 years ago to so on. And I think that's the point, right? We're here to grow and evolve and learn. And yeah, we do. We get stuck and we get pushed down, or we get sidetracked or distracted or all these things. But that doesn't mean that we're not still on that path, right? All of that has a purpose. So what may come across as a distraction actually is and isn't all at the same time, right? Because each thing we're learning something else. That's the whole point of it. And then knowing that not everyone's journey is the same, right? Even in a situation where I'm supposed to learn this lesson and you're supposed to learn that lesson, I don't know what lesson you're learning. You don't know what lesson I'm learning. But that doesn't mean that we're not supposed to be learning lessons as we go, right? And I don't know your path, nor should you know my path. And that's the thing. Even if you think you can guess the path, do you really have the right map, right? Cause and effect. What you may think you cause might not be the effect that it results with. And I think that is its own little thing, right? Because you don't know what the effect will be. You know, there will be an effect. There's always cause and effect. Do you know when the effect will hit? No. Nope. But it's that cause and effect. It will come back as it goes. It's up and flow, up and flow, up and that's for everything, right? Like it's energy. It's moving. It's nonstop, and that needs to be for our internal clock. Like that's why we're here. But I mean, again, I don't know your path, right? I think I was listening to Dolores Cannon a couple days ago. And sometimes we come for a life where we don't really do much, and it is Groundhog Day, and that is someone's plan. That was their plan before they even got here. But sometimes not. Sometimes people have busy things to do and learn and break curses and generational things, and I don't think you can really judge who's on what path, right? You don't know who's on a spiritual path or who's on a warrior path or who's on right? Like nobody, you can mind your business, man. That's your thing. If our paths cross, then there's a reason for that, and that's when I will put my attention into that. But once things have come to an end karmically, then that's that, right? Like if there's no more lessons to learn, then there's no more lessons to learn. And being okay with that, right? Like, and it's that ebb and flow. If it comes back, it comes back. If it doesn't come back, it doesn't come back. I don't know. But going back to the body, and I remember having like tough situations which presented as mental depression, anxiety, all the typical things. But then as I'm thinking back in the way I felt inside, like my body, compared to what was happening in my brain, it's very interesting because I don't know. It doesn't feel like I was depressed in my body at some points. Some points I was. But it was just a mind movie almost. It wasn't even like it was my own thoughts. Like it was just like a movie, a depressive movie playing that wasn't even like connected to me. But because I was so sensitive, it just felt like that was my emotion, that was my thought process, but when I go back and feel what I felt, like there was never a connection with that. So there's like certain things that have come through and I'm like, that's not mine. That is not mine. So is interesting to be able to be so at peace and be able to be like, whoa, nope. because you're listening to your body, and you do have that connection, right? Like, it's really beautiful once you can see and feel and acknowledge what is going on. Like, it's so flowy. I love it. Right? Like, it just, things come and then they go. And if I feel sad and I cry, but that's not going to hold on to that. I'm not going to be sad for hours upon hours. Like, I can't do that anymore. I could be sad until I cry and get it all out, and then I'm not sad anymore. It's just that easy. It's not that easy to get there. It's not. But I'm here and I love it. So I am so glad that I started to really listen to my body. And got a wake up call, I guess. It was a slow wake up call. It was like it was bit by bit. And I think that in itself is so beneficial for me. I've always been the slow and steady wins the race. So, and it's all about the journey, right? I think about all the different epiphanies and aha moments and oh my God moments that I had over the course of 2024 and continue to have every day, because I'm open to allowing those things to come through, and those memory fogs to continue to go slow and steady. Because then you're just dealing with it, right? It's not overwhelming. It's not heavy, it's just like, oh my God, I can't believe that. And then I deal with it and I'm like, wow, like that. And then boom, done. And it's been interesting to see, like, even I go back to like May, I had to go off work and I slept and I slept and I slept and I slept and I slept. And that's what my body needed. And I remember going off. I couldn't do anything anymore. It was just nothing. I couldn't do anything. The bare basic things that I used to be able to do to survive, I could not. So I'm so glad that I did. But when I went off at that moment, I didn't even, I said to somebody, I'm like, I don't even know who I am. I don't even know if my favorite color is green. That is where I'm at right now. And then I slept while the kids were at school. I slept. Like, it was just a lot of heel sleeping, I think. And an energetic detox, that's for sure. I didn't realize how much energy I guess I was holding on to. So like things that I learned after, and I was like, oh, well, that makes more sense, right? Like, once I did go back to work, I was like, oh my God, does anybody else feel that? Because that's weird. Like, do you feel that? um, so it's just very interesting to then read about it after and be like, oh my God, wow. So it's interesting to see how I go through something and then I'm like, well, look at that. That's what I just went through. As I'm reading through a book or I'm on YouTube or I'm looking at different things online, and it's kind of exciting because I kind of like things come up and I'm like, oh my God, I used to love that when I was a kid. Oh my God, I used to really enjoy that. So it's still a continuous learning journey about myself. As the memories fog lifts and the confusion dissipates and the memories come back, or I try and build new pathways or whatever. So but I am blessed. I'm grateful that it has been such a perfect journey for me. And I mean, that's the whole point, right? We all agreed to this before we came, and out of anybody, I think I would have known myself. So knowing that I know myself and that I'm the one that signed the contract to say, yeah, I can do that, that gives me so much peace. Because I'm only halfway through and I'm sure there's lots of more to come. Lots more to come. Like, I'm so excited. I don't think I've ever been like excited about what's to come, and I don't even know what's to come. That's the thing. Like, I don't know what's coming, but it's going to be beautiful and it's going to be meant for me, and I've already signed up for it. So, I mean, it makes so much sense, and as I look back, I'm like, yeah, I totally see how I signed up for that. I totally get it now. And I'm sure there's going to be way more than I'm going to understand in a month or in 3 months, or because what I've learned in the last year or 2 years is just so I can only imagine what's to come. Like, I can only like there's just so much expansion and revolutions and revelations and growing and expanding and traveling, and like there's just so much, and it's like so unexpected. It's like Christmas, right? But like every day, right? And I know that sounds so ridiculous and cliche and whatever, but like everything is a gift. Like, just going and having an interaction at the supermarket, or like that exchange of that energy is a gift. Like, everything. And like every day is just so unexpected. Like, you can just, I love that, because that is one of the things that totally broke me. I kept saying to my kids, I can't do Groundhog Day anymore. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do this, because it was just every day the same. And I was like, are you guys not bored? Like, it's just boom, you get up, boom, you go to school, boom, boom, boom. It's just like every day. And my life is not like that right now. I just go with the flow. If I wanna clean the house, I clean the house. If I wanna hang out, and it's just so just wherever my intuition or my gut or whatever you want to call it, that's what I do. It's just so peaceful. Peaceful. I never thought I'd feel like that, this peaceful. But here I am. It doesn't mean that I'm going to feel like that every moment of every single day, which is okay. But I got here. And the body knows, man. Just, it'll take practice, but still listen to it, test it, see how it all goes for you, right? Like, you never know. You never know what you'll learn when you dive deep. I send you all the love, beautiful souls. Bye for now.